It's not about motivation when it's need discipline. Wake up and win today. Discipline comes from within.
Boxing King Media in association with Boxer. Delighted to be joined by Conor Wallace all the way from Australia. I dread to imagine what time it is over there because it's 9:30 in the morning here.
Yeah, it's just gone 7:30 at night here. So it's not too late. You got me at a good time, so it sort of worked out well.
I love it.
Now, thank you very much for having me on as well.
No, it's great to have you on. As I was saying, your manager Mike speaks really highly of you, and there was a lot of hype around the fight that you had recently, as people can see the scars on your nose from it. But we're going to get to that in a minute. I just want the British fans to kind of get to know you a little bit about yourself, Connor. You're obviously a light heavyweight. Am I right in saying you were born in Northern Ireland and you emigrated to Australia?
Yeah. Born in Northern Ireland and had a lot of amateur fights in Ireland and stuff, and then obviously turned professional over here in Australia with my manager Stephen Deller at Fortitude Boxing. Made a big connection with Irish fighters and stuff before and stuff, and he took me out. So I'm absolutely loving it. I've been here now 6 years, and we're going from strength to strength.
All right, so you've only been there recently then. I'm just curious to know what's life like compared to Ireland and Australia. I'm assuming the weather's better, but other than that, what else are the benefits of living in Australia?
Yeah. So obviously, before I came out, it's obviously a big move. When Steve contacted me, I came out and seen what the gym was like, seeing what the setup was going to be like, where I was going to be living, and there was a lot of stuff that we had to get organized. So I absolutely loved it. I jailed as soon as I got here. The weather's unbelievable, the vibe in the gym. It's a great gym we're in here, and it's unbelievable. The people, they couldn't be more helpful as well.
And am I right in saying you moved there for boxing? It wasn't to do any of the type of work or anything.
Yeah, nah, just purely for boxing. So it was good.
But yeah,
Been paying off. It's been paying off so far.
that's a big roll of the dice because I know a lot of people move to Australia for like labor type of work and all that kind of stuff because they say the pays well over there. So you basically rolled the dice and decided to start your pro boxing career in Australia.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so it's paid off. Obviously, I'm ranked quite highly now with the four of the major governing bodies, and we're moving in the right direction. Obviously, Steve, my manager, and I've got Tasman fighters promoting me, so getting the chance to headline live in the zone 3 times in a row now to the main event. It's been unbelievable, and it's what I've dreamed about since I was a young boy.
Obviously, having an Irish background, you probably know boxing them better than most people. I'm just curious to know what is the Australian boxing scene like compared to like the UK now. So, I've noticed there's a lot more shows happening the last couple of years, and the atmosphere at your fight recently looked crazy on camera. So, I'm just curious, what is the scene like?
Yeah. I think Australian boxing is in a probably one of the best positions it's been in a long time. I think obviously with Jai Bataya and that paving the way for us. He's the cruiserweight number one, and he's with Tasman fighters as well. Tim Zoo. There's a lot of good champions. George Kambosos. Australian boxing is really going well, and it's a great time to be a part of it.
Good stuff. You've got yourself a record of 13 wins and 10 knockouts. You had like a majority decision loss, but like any great pro, you avenged that by knockout. What was that feeling like, getting revenge and, leaving it so conclusive as well?
Yeah. That was one thing I really wanted to get. I really did think I underperformed in the first fight. It was my first fight back after a major hand surgery, and when you watch the fight back, you can see I really wasn't throwing my left hand, and it's probably my best punch. So, it was good, and just the way I operate, I really wanted to get that win back before I could move on with my career. It was one thing that sort of haunted me, and it was good to put it to bed, get the knockout win, and move forward.
And like you said, you got an opportunity to fight on the zone back to back, and you've just had your third one against Jack Gipp at the weekend. And I was speaking to Mike from Tasman Fighters. He was hyping it up in Riyadh to me all week, saying it's going to be a great fight. And I watched it, I tuned in. What a war!
Yeah, it was good. We knew Jack was a good operator. He had a massive amateur pedigree. I know he only has 7 pro fights, but we knew it was a good test for us, and that's why we were willing to take the fight. It was probably big risk for me to take the fight, you know, putting my belts and stuff on the line for a little reward as such. But it is what it is, you know. If I need to be beating the likes of Jack Yip, if I'm really serious about where I want to be going, you know what I mean. And I think I proved that, you know. Yes, he did start fast, but we knew that it's a marathon, not a sprint, you know. And my coach Greg Eady, we had a great game plan. We knew he was going to start hard, but I had to show my experience and my conditioning. It shone through, you know.
It definitely did. And like you said, that you've got to look good when you're fighting, when you're headlining, and you got yourself another viral knockout. What what a finish! Just describe them moments because the crowd went absolutely nuts.
Yeah, yeah. So I was actually meant to headline last St. Patrick's Day, you know, and injury forced me out of that. The fight was pushed back to July. I fought Matt Sheehan then, but it was unbelievable, you know, headlining on St. Patrick's Day. It's a massive thing for me, especially me being Irish. It was an unbelievable event. Like the last couple of shows have been really good, but that one blew them all out of the water, I think, you know, and the crowd and the, you know what the fighting Irish are like, they really get amongst it. So, but even the support I've received here in Australia as well, it's been unbelievable, you know, and I'm very grateful, and it really is humbling, you know.
What are the Australian fans? Are people turning up to shows? Because obviously we can't see the wider picture, but do they get big crowds there and all that kind of stuff? Like like you get because we've seen a lot of shows in Ireland recently, Ireland, Northern Ireland, and they're getting packed out.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I've sort of made that venue a bit of a home for myself now. And that's my fourth or fifth time I've fought in it. And as I say, it's getting bigger and bigger all the time. And the Irish bar right across the road as well. Everyone gets amongst it there beforehand and then goes to the fights, and then we go back for the after party. And everyone, like, they love it, you know, and it's a great buzz. We had the weigh-ins there as well. And it just builds the whole atmosphere and vibe, and I thrive off it, you know. I love that, you know. That's what it's all about for me.
I'm just curious as as an Irishman, and how do you kind of balance the whole thing of celebrating your win and not drinking too much Guinness and things like that? How do you kind of get that balance? Did you drink it all?
Oh yeah, yeah. I do like a drink, but obviously, my manager Steve, he's pretty strict and all about being funny about us drinking straight after the fight. So, we chilled after the fight. I went and seen some of the supporters and sponsors and stuff that came, showed my face. I went to the after party for a little bit, and then I just left. I had a pretty early night, so you just got to be smart. You know, it's not good being in there coughing shots and then getting on the drink. So Steve's pretty firm with that. So nah, but we have our fun here and there. But when it's time to do the hard work, we do the hard work.
Okay, and future aspirations, obviously, I know Mike's he wants you on these matchroom shows in the UK. Have you got your eyes set on anyone in the UK on the UK scene that you want to maybe come across and fight?
Yeah, well, like as I say, I'm looking for the big fights now. You know, I think I've earned my stripes here, and I've got myself into the position that I'm in with a good team around me. So, I leave it up to my team who I'm going to be fighting. But every fight from here on in is a world title fight for me, because obviously, if you lose, you slip down the rankings. So, it's the main thing for me is just to keep performing, getting them wins, and that gets me one step closer to that world title shot.
Who do you think is the best in your division? If you had to name a top three, the top two I'm guessing is going to be easy, but who's at three?
Um, oh, it's hard to know, to be honest. Like, obviously there's Bivol and Bitterbeev, obviously one and two, but there's a couple of other good ones as well. You know, obviously Boatsy and stuff there is too. But like, these guys aren't a million miles away from me now. You know what I mean? So I'm in a couple more fights, and I'll be ready to take them on.
Definitely. So I urge the fans to, search your fights online on YouTube and on Instagram. Do you want to shout out your Instagram pages, etc.?
Yeah, yeah, at CPW96. It's my Instagram name.
And if you like entertaining fights, this guy can fight and he can punch as well. Just the last thing, Conor, I want to just get a bit of an insight on your personal life. You married, you got kids. Do you work as well? What do you do outside boxing now that you switched off?
Yeah, yeah, obviously I've got my partner Kleina. She's just expecting the birth of her first baby now
Oh
in like
wow.
8 days, so it was a little bit of a stressful time for me, you know, just to get through the fight without her having the baby. But it all paid off. Whatever it was going to be will be. But luckily enough, we got through it, and the baby's not here yet, but everything's healthy and going well. And look forward to the birth of the baby.
You got some sleepless nights coming there. Do you know what you're having?
Yeah, a little girl. Yeah.
Oh, amazing, amazing. I bet can't wait. You've done the name, everything all sorted, yeah?
Well, nothing 100% set in stone yet, but we'll just make sure she gets here nice and healthy. The mum and baby's healthy, and then we'll go from there.
Well, I think your life's going to change for the next 3 months. I wish you all the best, you and your partner. Hope everything goes well. And it was nice speaking to you, Conor.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you thank you so much for having me on, and make sure you tune in. I'm looking forward to taking it to the next level.
Good man. I'll keep an eye on your career and we'll look forward to catching you soon.
Good stuff. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I got a question for you. Where can discipline take you? Discipline points you towards your goals.